Shoveling Rot by Hailie Tagner. Yeah, the dump grounds beyond the city. You heard the piles bury trees, did you? There are no trees in the dump lands, boy. The waste steams in the winter and warms into rancid sludge when summer comes round. My neighbor lost her dog there to an acidic patch. The shit gave the poor bastard cancer. I know she was stupid to do it. What reason could drive her from wherever she came from, blind her to the red signs and barbed gates, cross the dead plains of rotted corn, and hop the wooden fence? There's only the thick air that touches your skin with its wetness, the light towers that stay dark, and the sea of a mess the eyes won't comprehend. I work as a shoveler. No, the shit stopped being actual shit a long time ago. The big guys dump what they swallow, sewage, heaps of trash held together by rot and fishing net. This burn on my arm, look at it. Look at it, boy. The shiny bits are tar. I shoveled plastics as they melted in the heat. What, you got a scar too? That, boy, is a paper cut. No, listen to me. You aren't listening. They nearly took my arm, boy. They said it would have to be cut below the elbow. The guys in the light towers offered to pay the cost of one fancy new arm, the kind with a hand for a shovel. Folks came by the hospital to take our picture together before I knew how much the surgery would cost me. I wouldn't pay it. Couldn't. The guys in the light tower shrugged and scheduled a performance review in 6 months. Years later, I'm still shoveling with this arm, yeah? The pain doesn't mean nothing. Not while I can still say I showed them, yeah? But next to my bud's leg, mine is a paper cut like yours. He once got Jody June's signature. What? What'd you say? Robots? You fucker. You're a funny fuck. They tried robots. They built a field's worth of metal freaks and filled the empty buckets with that fancy program. Taught them how to shovel. Taught them to layer down the mounds one at a time, or otherwise the mess won't set right. And that's how the sinkholes happen. One day the robots started refusing new parts when they wore down, rejected each bolt and vomited the oil. They died, bit by bit, until they worked themselves to a pile of parts. The only greater mass suicide I've seen like it was war. But you didn't sit down to talk about that. The big guys learned people like us could be more forgiving than thoughtless metal men. They don't feel hunger. And I don't mind the work. The work is rhythmic, easy to fall into. Rotted food gets dumped by the pile and needs to be leveled down. Move quick and wear a scarf around the face. The flies can blacken the ground and will crawl into your eyes if they can. Gray sludge riddled with maggots will drip from the shovel, and I'll curtain the sight by thinking of the food it would have been, who it might have fed if not the big guys. Lift your mind from your head and you'll get on fine. On a day without smoke, a bird might circle above, but the smell keeps them from landing. There's nothing to eat if they did. Judith June got lucky. She came to visit on a day without smoke. A sweaty guy in a blazer drove her from the lot to the 5th light tower in a golf cart. 2 golf carts of suited doers and folks carrying cameras came with her. One suited doer set a mat down on the sticky black asphalt, chewed like gum, then shit out in long logs. I shoveled those logs into a flat road again, the road Jackie Valentina touched with her toes and sniffed at. "Oh, how lovely to see so many workers," Jody June said to the shovelers of Dune 35, plus a few mulchers from the next dune, curious to see the real Jody June. Her white pants were cuffed above the white kitten heel, and she wore a black tank top, neatly soiled. I imagine one of the doers brushing it down with brown powder at the wooden fence. I didn't stand with them, not for the work's sake, no. Shoveling gets to your head sometimes, gives your body something to do while your mind runs, or sometimes has no reason to move at all. But the point was I had nearly leveled the pile, and Judith June wasn't worth the effort of finding the rhythm again. She autographed some discolored handkerchiefs until the folks with cameras moved her aside and handed her a shovel. Without all of us scussing and clanging at once, her lone shovel was the star of the show as it scraped through sewage. She spoke to the cameras in that TV voice of hers. "Hello, darlings. As I'm sure you've already noticed, I am sparkleless. Yes, I know. Today I have bravely set aside my shine, even the Tiffany's Mosaic Collection necklace, to guide your beautiful, lucrative attention here to this issue which weighs so heavily on my heart. Oh, God, what is that? Fucking Christ, what is that? She screamed. I'll say it, I did stop shoveling to watch her scramble into the arms of a security guard. Her abandoned shovel laid against the rest of the rotten food, blade deep in a torso's rib cage. I could tell the moment she recognized the human nature of the nipples and screamed herself hoarse. The flesh had the soft, partially digested look we get from the big guys. This torso, in particular, was headless, not uncommon to see. Strips of skin caught on the garbage and tore like large wet scabs. I never saw any video of Jody June shoveling in the dumplands, but I did see her commercial for saving the black-footed ferret. You know, boy, she looked happy to cradle baby ferrets in her shimmery jacket. Who am I to scold her for it? My buddy with the leg swears he stood close enough to smell her soap, and she looked him dead in the eyes while the suited doers and suited gents from the light towers talked regulation and NDAs. He swears she looked from him to the sky, and she said, "What pretty birds," with that TV smile of hers. The doers agreed, the gents agreed, and they agreed with her all the way to a golf cart. How lucky we must be to have pretty birds. Some weeks before the cancer found the old dog's heart, I had my neighbor over for drinks. She stared out the window towards her house and only looked away to refill her glass. "I'm waiting for my brother," she said while she scrutinized the road. "He's found work in the dumplands. Don't you shovel there? How do you like it?" My neighbor finally looked at me and smiled a Jody June TV smile. I told her about the pretty birds. "Sure, boy. Judge me for not telling her all I've told you. What good would that have done? I think about her when I shovel dog tags. I think about the brother she must have gone looking for. Should I have told her, you think? The light towers stay dark, and it doesn't matter if her brother is just stuck with a shovel or became a corpse in a big pile. The big guys will work him to a second death. His ghost works alongside mine. Suppose I had told her. Do you think she still would have taken the dog?